about it. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about credit cards. Now, I know I talk a lot about repairing credit, building credit, but some people do have good credit. Some people do have fair credit already. So I want to talk about how we could get 20K, $20,000 in credit cards in just one day, right? Now, I actually heard about this method from someone else. I honestly cannot remember who I was watching or what video I was watching, but I heard about this method and I thought to myself, wow, this method is very true because realistically, when you have good credit, essentially you already have credit cards. So based off the limits that you already have, you can get higher limits because you already shown responsibility with debt that would say $5,000. If you have a Discover card that's 5 grand, you have a Capital One card, you have an Amex card, if you have, you know what I mean, Bank of America, and you have 5 grand limit, you have 10 grand limit, you have 15K limit on some of your cards already, lenders already trust you with that amount of money. And that's why I say if you handle, those smaller sums carefully and, the right way, when it comes to getting those bigger sums, you're going to really be able to see those increases. And that's why these method work. It is the stack method, right? Now, the first thing you guys see on the board is the stack method. And what that means is, guys, we're going to apply for 4 credit cards, right? We're going to stack them up, 4 credit cards, and we're looking to get 5,000 credit limits, right? Now, granted, like I said, if you already got 10,000 on limits, if you already got cards that got 6 grand on them, 8 grand on them, you know what I mean? You applying and still maintaining good credit should not affect you being able to get a card that got a $5,000 limit on it, right? Now, here's one thing I want to also mention. Like I said, we're going to use 4 credit cards. All right, we're going to ask for 5 grand each. You want to apply for each of those credit cards at the same time. So simultaneously, you want to apply for all 4 of these credit cards at the same time and get approved instantly, right? Now, I know you guys are saying, well, okay, this sounds good. You telling me to, do the stack method, apply for 4 different credit cards. I'm trying to get approved for like 5,000 limit, right? Now, this is the thing. A lot of credit card companies won't tell you how much the limit's gonna be and how much you're gonna get approved for right away. And what does that mean for you? What that means for you is, of course, you're not gonna pick a starter card, right? And I'm gonna say a starter card, right? Such as an unsecured card like Capital One Quicksilver. You can get approved for a $5,000 limit on a card like that. However, if it's a starter card, most likely you want to have to build your way up to that number, that $5,000 limit. If you're trying to already get your limit at 5,000 beginning, you want to apply for really good cards. You want to apply for, I'm gonna give you an example like American Express Platinum, right? You want to apply for maybe a Chase Unlimited or a Chase. You know what I mean? You want to apply for, and it's the thing when you go on the website, it'll spell it out for you. These are starter cards. These are secure cards. These are cards recommended for people that have great credit. You'll even see that on Credit Karma. That's one thing Credit Karma is good for. You'll see starter cards, beginner cards, you know. And one great thing about it is you can always read the reviews. One thing I do sometimes before I apply for new cards or I apply for limits is I read the comments to see what type of increases and what type of limits people were able to get based off their credit scores. Sometimes before I even apply, especially if I'm gonna take a hit to my credit score by getting an inquiry on my credit report, right? So like I said, we want to do the stack method, and we're talking about what credit score do I need. The credit score that we want to have is about a 690. A 690 is not even a 700, but if you have pretty fair to good credit, guys, and you've shown history, you've shown time, on time payment, you've shown how to maintain that credit well, you've shown how to do these things, you will get approved. Now, if you apply for 2 credit cards with the same company, so say for example, like I said with American Express, you won't get 2 inquiries on your credit report, right? So that's a way to keep those inquiry numbers down. However, why would I recommend a method like this? If you needed 20 grand in credit right away, then this is something that you could do. I would not tell you to just frivolously go spend 20 grand in credit, especially in your personal credit that you may not be getting benefits off of, right? So use this method carefully, guys, and understand how to leverage your credit, because some people have good credit and we don't know how to leverage it, and we don't know how to use it. So we got to be very careful when we start to get those higher amounts. And I taught myself that as well, to be very careful when we start to get those really high credit limits, right? So we want to do the stack method. We want to apply for 4 credit cards at the same time instantly, and you can even apply for 2 credit cards with the same company in order to only get one hit, right? A hard anchor in your pool. You're hoping to get around 5 grand each. Even if you don't get 5 grand, you might get more, right? That's just the minimum we want to get is 5 grand, but you might get more and you can accept more as well, right? You want to apply and get approved instantly. And like I said, you always want to read the reviews. You always want to read the comments. You always want to hear what other people are saying, just to kind of do your little due diligence and understand your best chances of getting approved, right? Understand your best chance of getting approved, so that way we working smarter and not harder. And if you want to get approved for 20K in one day, you want to follow this method. You want to have your credit right, and if your credit not right, you want to get your credit up. And I'm going to see you on the other side. Peace.